So, I'm in the US, at Home Depot. Let's have a look for their top 10 quirkiest tools. There's a Ryobi tool we didn't see in England. Compact laser level, that's cool. Anti-grip laser level, infrared thermometer. Found another quirky tool here. Mother's power cone 360, the old 360 power cone. And it is one of these 1/4" bit tools. They love putting a 1/4" bit on a tool. I think we take that back. This is the rolling tool chest. I think they should call it the rolling tool coffin. It's flipping massive. You can put 2 pack outs on the top. We have it in the UK, but in black. Do you think we should make an insert for that? Big old foam insert, and you can organise maybe your entire power tool set in that box. So they do have DeWalt over here. We've got Tough System 2, drawers, rolling box, top box, mid box, everything we've got. There's another one, rigid. So that's the same as a Bauer and all of those boxes that all match. The Bauer and Magnuson. That's a cooler. It's pretty cool in grey too. So if you want one of those, it is possible. You just have to ask B&Q, Kingfisher Group, bring one of those over with a Bauer sticker on it. 17 bucks. Now we had a multi-tool with a paint scrape on it. This one got a pipe cutter on it. That is quality. What are these thingies? Flipping hell. Lightweight with the strength of steel. Aluminium scissors. Beastie things, eh? That's a quirky little thing. Milwaukee zipper pouches. I've not seen them. So we've got like gusseted zipper pouches, 3 of them, colour coded. One's got a white band, one's got grey, one's got red. Just a nice little thing. Even Ryobi are at it with these 1/4" attachments, look. We've got a full 4-piece toilet brush attachment for the drill with like different softnesses of bristles, little simple twin pack. I'm sure we don't get these in the UK. And they've got loads of different versions, different softnesses and whatnot, all on 1/4" bit adapters. Look at that thing, 11 pieces. An 11-piece kit of 1/4" adapters with extensions and all kinds. Scrubber accessory kit. I feel like we don't have that in the UK. And this is as good a time as any to say a big thank you to Woodworkers Guild of America for sponsoring this video. Now you've seen me do a lot of woodworking builds on this channel, including our recent series of epic power tool and hand tool panels. But if you're looking to learn some serious woodworking skills, this is the online course for you. Whether you're looking for information on hand tools, want to learn more about joinery, or you're just trying to find out how to make a particular jig, Woodworkers Guild of America is your online resource for woodworking instructions, ideas and information. The Woodworkers Guild of America is always creating new premium videos to keep you coming back for more and help you stay inspired. This is accomplished through instructional videos taught by talented and friendly experts. Their professional instructors walk you through each technique with step-by-step demonstrations, providing their expert tips and tricks. Now I was buzzing to see a friendly face on the platform, Jimmy DeResta. He's got loads of videos on woodworking, getting the best results from your bandsaw and table saw. Now Jimmy's a friend of the show. I've watched loads of his videos over the years. It was great to see him over there, but there's also a lot of other videos I'm looking forward to checking out, and hopefully I'll be able to show off some of my newfound woodworking skills in a few of our upcoming projects. Now we've been given a great offer for you guys. The first 1,000 subscribers that click on the link below this video will get a full year of premium membership to Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49, so not much more than £1. Now as a member, you'll have access to the Woodworkers Guild of America's live stream tutorials and Q&As, where their expert instructors share their tips, answer questions and engage with the Woodworkers Guild of America community in real time. Experience the satisfaction of creating something truly one of a kind with your own 2 hands. Now if that sounds something that interests you, go and click the link in the description. First 1,000 people there get that exclusive offer. But with that being said, let's get back to Home Depot. What is that? Never seen one of those before. Bottle opener and knife. That's cool. Folding one. Bit of a theme here. Look at that. It's True Blue. It's True Blue Travellers right there. This was made for you, John. The old True Blue Empire. There's a whole range of True Blue. Just for True Blue, John and Jess. Decided to go for the light up one and the billet one. And then we can send one over to John at True Blue and get his opinion on it. Folding sharpener. 12.97. That's pretty cool. That's definitely something we don't get in the UK. Charging pad, headphones, wireless, charging leads, even an audio adapter by DeWalt. That seems mental. So this is a rolling cart. We've definitely got one of these. We have this thing now. You can see it's taller, it's bigger. This is called the Pack Out XL Toolbox. Obviously we don't have it in red, but do we have it in black? It's a bit bulky to take home, and I feel like there might be one at home. Will I regret it? Don't know. And they do have accessories here, but we do have these in Britain, I'm pretty sure. Cup holder and a little like hook. And we have these kind of things too. I think ours is red, to be fair. I'm not sure on that. Let me know. So we've had that one on the channel before. The old adjustable one. What's this? Not seen that one in the UK. Not as compact as the Stabila or the Worth. Pretty quirky little thing. There's something interesting. Milwaukee. Apparently they're new. Max Grip. Made in the USA. Now, I can't see that label on any of the other Milwaukee tools. This is the only piece of Milwaukee made in the USA. You can see we're in the Milwaukee electrical tool section. And it was the last one, so I think we should get that and give it a look. Now that's something I know we don't have, because we don't have Husky. But it's like a solid box pouch. That's pretty cool. Have it clipped on your belt. Red and black, my colours. I like that, that's really quirky. They've got a few more options, I would say, over here for belt clip stuff. This is like a sturdy pouch. I'm guessing you can have that full of screws, and pretty cool. You can just clip onto your belt. I think that's the one for me though. I really like that, red and black, and then you can have it clipped on your belt and have all my cutting materials in there. Speed up the foam cutting process. That's a nifty little thing. I love a compact little tape measure. And that was cool too, look, a DeWalt one. I think we should get both of those. So this has got to be the winner. We've got this tool here, the Ramset Trigger Shot, Ramset Hammer Shot, and then the ultimate, the Ramset Cobra Plus, which is a semi-automatic powder actuated tool. It puts in nails with gunpowder. This is the ammunition, $14 for a box. Can you imagine that in the UK? That is definitely the most USA quirky tool. And there you go, there's a box of the nails there. Powers them into steel and concrete and whatever you want. So that is definitely the #1 quirky tool. But sadly, I can't take it back and put it in foam, so we'll have to just call it a bonus. But a freaking hell of a bonus, eh? So that's all the quirky tools picked up, or at least the ones I could pick up. There's some stuff in there I don't think I'm allowed in the UK, but I've got a good selection. So let's get it back to the workshop in the UK and have a closer look at it all. Fresh back from the States. And look at this beastie bag from Home Depot. I got loads of cool stuff from there. This isn't a top 5, this is a top 10. Actually, there's more than 10. I've boiled it down. Some of them are grouped together. I've got an absolute belting pile of stuff from America. And Home Depot is something else. It's crazy compared to a Wix or a B&Q or a Homebase in the UK. It's just massive amounts bigger. They've got like 4 or 5 tool aisles compared to what you have in the UK. 1, 2 tool aisles if you're lucky. There it's just rows and rows. A full sale section. They had so much choice. There were some absolute massive tool chests that were far too big to ship back. Loads of different options. Loads of cool tools. Loads of tools that I've seen before, but different brands. A few quirky brands. And then loads of interesting new stuff, which is what this bag is full of. Another thing of note, what is going on with the Home Depot bathrooms? Or the water closets, or the toilets, whatever you call them. Because I tell you now, the top of the stall is about here, and the bottom of the stall is about here. So if you did use a toilet stall, not that I did, because it was just too unusual for me, I just thought I'd rather not go. If you did sit on the toilet, you could literally like pop your head down like that and watch people coming in and out. It was just ludicrous. And if you stood in there, you'd be up to here. I'm 6'2", and the top of the stall's about here. So if you went in there, you'd just be stood next to the bloke next to you, and be like, you're all right, mate. But that's just the first of many quirky things in America. Wherever I went, there was something a little bit unusual, a little bit different, but all good vibes. I really enjoyed it. Another successful trip. So let me talk you through this. I've got 10 belting tools to show you, and I did get a few bits to give away. You know how we like to do it. 5 cool giveaways. I've got a nice little bundle going. Let's get into it, starting with number 10. Right, number 10 on the list, something from Crescent. Crescent is a pretty famous American brand. They had a fair few Crescent items. Most of them were pretty standard. Now, this isn't too out of the ordinary, let's be fair. A long reach, long nose plier. However, it just felt like a nicely made one. Lifetime warranty. And the thing that caught my eye was this, extra wide jaw. I've got another pair of these, and it doesn't go nearly that wide. So I just thought, that's a pretty cool pickup. And it's Crescent. Always happy to get a couple of quality American tools, American brands. Don't know if it's made in America, but it is lifetime warranty, and it is made in Vietnam. Finished in mainland China, designed in the US. We'll take it. Interesting. Quality piece. Looks really nice. You can see it's really precision. You know, if you get a cheaper one, it doesn't quite line up perfectly like this one does. So yeah, it says ×2. It's like a ×2 wide jaw. Like it. So that's my first one, number 10.
Let me show you number 9. Next up in the number 9 slot is something a bit quirky. It's the Mother's Power Cone 360. Now, there's a few things that caught my eye about this. First one, the brand. Mother's. For me, that is a quirky brand. And look at the logo. It's like a little nana with with some, like, I don't know what you'd call them, like, looks like a female version of the bloke from Up. So that, I mean, I think even the name, the Power Cone 360, Mother's, you know, best selling. It's a bit of a quirky pickup, this one. You don't see a lot of cleaning tools and tools with a 1/4-inch bit adapter in the UK, but in America, there was loads. Every store had different attachments with 1/4-inch bits that weren't just drills or screwdriver bits. And the old Power Cone 360, this thing, made in the US, it says metal polishing, but the picture it's got on the packaging is of cleaning alloy wheels and getting in all the quirky little spots. I mean, in the UK, usually you'd have like a buffing machine or a grinder and then have a buffing disc, but this is pretty cool. Number 1 selling, Mother's Power Cone 360. What a quirky brand. I love it though. I think it's a really quirky little thing and it's handy to have one. I've got a few little 1/4-inch bit adapters now, a couple more to come. But I'm quite happy to have that in my collection. That's number 9. Let me show you number 8. So number 8 on the list, another little quirky invention, the Pencil Pull by C.H. Hansen. The Pencil Pull XL. I've had a look subsequently, you can get these, they're out and about, but I think this guy, he patented it. Feels quite American, never hunt for a pencil again. And essentially, you just clip that to your belt, and then you literally put your carpenter's pencil in there. It's like a little silicone, little flexible thing. You put your carpenter's pencil in there, and it just come out a fair way. And I thought, nifty little thing, not technically a tool, but certainly handy for holding a tool. It's suitable for a bunch of stuff, so it's for pencils, crayons, pens, markers, and much, much more. So you could have your 10mm drill bit in there. Don't know why you'd want that, but you know, whatever you want, basically. And actually, this is one of my first bits of the giveaway because this one was quite cheap in America, but I never thought to buy 5 of them. I just chucked one in my basket when I was in Home Depot. But what I did get is 10 Home Depot carpenter's pencils, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I was thinking giveaway during the trip, and I thought they're pretty nice. You can only get them at Home Depot, so for anyone else in the world, it's a pretty novel little memento from the store. So I got 10 of those, that's 2 for each of our little bundles. And when I got back, I thought, oh, I should have bought some of these, because there's no point giving out the carpenter's pencil without the little XL Hansen. So I actually had a look online, and I picked up some Faithful versions. So Faithful is like quite a common UK brand. You see this a fair bit. And they've got the same thing, retractable pencil holder. Same little jig, clips on your belt. Does it go as far? Yeah, that goes as far as the old CJ Hansen. You put your Home Depot pencil in there. Pretty good, and this one was £3, £3 or £4 off Amazon, I think it was. When I looked up this one, to get this in the UK, it was about 15 to 20 quid, depending where you were buying it from. So not a bad pickup if you're in the States, but for our giveaway, I thought a nice little Faithful British brand with a Home Depot pencil is a pretty strong start. So we got 5 of those. So that's a pretty solid start for a giveaway. 2 Home Depot pencils and a little pencil retractable, and that is my number 8 pickup. So number 7 on the list is another quirky little end of aisle pickup. So in America, they do have a lot more, I'd say, innovations that just sit on the end of aisles. And they're kind of, as I'm going up and down, I'm seeing stuff that I've never seen before. And this is another good example of it. The Mega Cuff and the Cable Cuff Pro. And I'm looking at it and thinking, what is that? And it's unusual, it catches my eye, the packaging as well. It's quite like vibrant. You just don't see packaging like that in the UK, really, or very often. And if you do, you know, oh, look at that. It's a JML innovation. This is kind of what it feels like, little JML product. Well, this is called the Cable Cuff, and what is it? It's like a handcuff. It's got the same ratcheting mechanism as a handcuff, but it's made for cables and for like hose pipes. So rather than having a cable tie and then cutting it off, you can kind of strap it all in like that and then undo it. And I just thought, what a cool thing. It's kind of like, if you put this on your hose, it's there forever, isn't it? You would quite quickly get used to using it and knowing that your hose pipe's always locked in with the old Mega Cuff. So I thought it was quite a cool little thing. It's a bit of an unusual shape. The beauty of a cable tie is it's quite narrow, it doesn't take up any space. Whereas this thing, you put that around your hose or a loop of cable, and then you've got this big old like thing jaunting out, and then you want to hang it on a hook. I don't know if that's going to get in the way or what. I mean, that one's quite cool because you could probably use that as a hook. I'm not sure about the old Mega Cuff. Novel little thing, innit? I thought it was interesting enough to pick one up, bring one home, and give it a go. And that, in all 4 sizes, is me number 7. Let me show you number 6. So number 6 on the list is a proper tool from Camillus. It's called the Swedge knife. Now, this thing caught my eye because it's an unusual shaped knife, and obviously it says it's titanium too. And when I had a proper look at it, I thought, this is like some sort of tool, bushcraft, kind of weird knife, really. It's hard to say what it is. I've seen something similar, I'm sure, in videos. Obviously, you can see I've not opened it before. It's got a little case as well. Let's get that out. Oh, it's heavy. That is a heavy knife. But you can see, look at the thickness on that. That is a really thick, heavy duty knife. And it's got like this milled face. It's got like a knurl on it. So it's like you can hit it and then the hammer won't slip off. And then on the end, it's not just sharpened across here, it's also sharpened on the end. And on the picture, it's been shown it used as a chisel, which is just a pretty unusual thing, isn't it? So it's like, it's a chisel and a knife used for like chopping wood. You can kind of use it. I think, this is me guessing, doesn't show me a picture of it, but from what I've seen with knives with a really thick back like this, you kind of use it like an axe. It's like, you know, you put it on a bit of timber and then you whack it with a stick or you whack it with a stone, and you can use it kind of like a handheld axe. But it says it's titanium bonded, lifetime warranty, designed in the US but made in China. Solid. It's got a really nice feel to it. Quality knives since 1876, Camillus. So I thought it was an interesting little pickup, and yeah, I just thought that could go in a mixed toolkit. If you're trying to have like a really good kind of all-encompassing car toolkit and you don't want to have a big hatchet axe in there which takes up a lot of space, maybe that is quite a cool little alternative, because obviously you've got that kind of functionality of an axe, but you've also got a knife and you've got a chisel. Pretty cool all-rounder, I thought. Unusual. Never seen one in the UK. Swedge knife, and I thought it was quite a cool addition to a toolkit. So I picked one up, and that is my number 6. Let me show you number 5. Back into the bag for number 5, and this thing is a little tool from Ryobi. Now, there's a few Ryobi tools that we don't have in the UK. I've got a pretty good selection of all of the Ryobi tools that are currently available, including the Ryobi link. We make inserts for those, but it never fails to amaze me how many branded tools are in the US that we don't have. From DeWalt, from Milwaukee, from Ryobi even. And this thing is something else, because it's a pocket level, which you think we would have. It's pretty standard, but it's a pocket level with a difference. Now, the first novel thing about it is it's got a really nice level in it. It's got a nice bubble. It rotates and it kind of clicks. So it's vertical or it's horizontal, which I really like, because there's a few of these pocket levels and you can have them at loads of different angles and you never feel quite confident if it's perfectly 90 degrees or perfectly 180. And I like the fact that just turns and clicks, a really positive click. So that's nice. On top of that, you've got a built-in laser. You press that button there and you can see it's firing a laser. So if you set it up on the wall, it'll send you a nice line down the wall. So literally, if you want to like mount a load of pictures in a row, you put that on the wall and it'll mount. Now you might think, well, how does it mount to the wall? And this is what makes this thing really, really cool. Typically, these levels are magnetic, aren't they? They'll have a magnetic thing here or a magnetic thing here, and they're great for putting on sockets. Well, obviously you can't magnetize to a plaster wall, and that's where this thing has got push pins. You press that on the corner and literally it'll pop into your like drywall or plaster, as we call it over here. I know you guys in America call it drywall. We call it plasterboard. But you push that into the plasterboard and then literally you can pivot it, get it level, and then push in the bottom pin. And there's literally 2 push pins on the back. And I didn't know that. It's not called the push pin level or anything like that. It's just called the 15-foot compact laser level. So it's all about the laser. And I've never seen a level with push pins in. And I just thought that is actually really cool for a household with drywall everywhere to kind of mount shelves, mount pictures. You know, it's not a very expensive thing. It takes AAA batteries, so it's quite an easy one. You know, it's a nice one to have in your drawer for like a little DIY kit for around the house. So I really like that. I rated it. Why don't we have it in the UK? It's an easy one to bring to the UK market, in my opinion. All you've got to do is change it from 15 feet to, you know, 4.5 meters, something like that. Anyway, nice pickup. I like it. Sadly, I've got no space in my Ryobi wall, but maybe I'll get that in a DIY toolkit. And that's number 5. Let me show you number 4. Number 4 on the list is another level following the theme, but this one is from Empire Levels. Now, Empire is a big US brand. They're about everywhere. And they make these kind of, they call them true blue bubbles, and the bubbles are made in the States. Now this one caught my eye. You can see it's got press to test. You've got to press the button, haven't you? Literally drew my eye, press the button, what happens? It lights up the bubble. Why is that not something we have in the UK? Never seen a light up bubble, but that is flipping awesome. Such a simple little gimmick, which I think is genuinely useful, because just guaranteed, you know you're working somewhere where it's just a bit hard and you're squinting, you can't sometimes see or whatever. So having a little button to light up, why not? Why not put that in more levels? I thought that was fantastic. So, and it's a nice solid torpedo level too. And while I was there, I bought this one. This is a plumber's level, and it's got all the different angles on it, just a nice aluminium body solid thing. I bought this one to send to the True Blue Travelers. And if you don't know who they are, we did a collaboration with them where we put together a kit for their Sainsbury's box van, which literally they took a Sainsbury's box van, converted into a camper van. It was an epic build, and they're converting like a fire truck now, like some sort of triple axle thing. It's a really cool build that they're doing. I thought I could send that over to them. You can't get better than a True Blue level, and they are the True Blue Travelers. So I got an extra one to send to them, a really quality tool that is. And then this one, if you didn't know, lives in my wall. I've already cut that in. I couldn't help myself. So if you want to watch that video, go and watch it here. That's the journey to 100k and all of the cool tools I found on the way. So that is number 4. We're at our top 3 now. Let me show you number 3. So number 3 is a couple of items from Milwaukee. I've got these and I've got this, another level. As if we didn't have enough levels. Well, this is another little quirky one from Milwaukee. I'll start with the tape measures though. A 2-meter tape measure, really small and compact, nice quality thing. So it's from the US, but it's metric and imperial, which we love, or standard as you call it in the US. And I just thought that was a great little pickup. The fact it's got metric on it means it's suitable for everyone. To be fair, if you make a little compact toolkit, having that in it, 2 meters is what you need for most jobs, in it. Most times you're measuring stuff, a 2-meter tape will do you. So the fact that that's so tiny, I thought was great. Really cheap as well. I picked up 6 of them because I definitely want one. And I thought this was a nice little addition to the giveaway. Second thing in the number 3 slot is this level. Now, obviously we've got that pocket level with the pins in. We've got the Empire light up level. I've got loads of different levels. What's special about this one? Well, it says it's the strongest magnets. That is a claim, innit? Strongest magnets. Drew my eye. I've not seen this one before. It's got a little domed level which talks about higher visibility. It's a sharp sight vial, best readability. On the back it says 10 times stronger than Stabila. That's a big claim. Now the magnet is strong. It says it's rare earth magnets. Pulls on there, really, that is really strong. I like it. You can see it's got a recess here so you can put it on pipes. It's got a recess on the side too, so it's really strong magnets on the side and the bottom. 4 pipes. I wondered what this little notch was. I wasn't quite sure myself. On the packet, it says it's for a weld bead. So if you're trying to work with metal, obviously having a magnetic thing's great, but then you can make sure it's perfectly square and you can make sure it's level over a weld bead. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? But it's a nice little thing, and I thought that combined with a little tape is a great little 3, especially with the tape. I know that that's going to be going in my compact toolkit, which is a video that's coming soon. So that's number 3. Let me show you my penultimate pick in number 2. So number 2 on the list is another item, or a couple of items from Milwaukee, but these ones are made in the US, which makes them a little bit special anyway. Starting with the Speed Square. Now I've had a 6-inch Milwaukee Speed Square for a while, but I thought it was a great little pickup for our giveaway bundle because we've got a bit of a theme going, a bit of a carpentry starter kit, which I thought was quite nice, and having a US made tool felt like a nice prize, to be honest. So all you've got to do for that is drop a comment. Just let me know which one of these is a quirky tool. Have you got any of these tools? Have you been to the States? Are you from the States? Have I missed anything from Home Depot? All of those comments get entered into the giveaway. And on top of that, you've got a massive discount on the Woodworkers Guild of America course, which, as we talked about earlier, is loads of inspiring ideas of things you can actually build. There's no point having the tools and then being sat there with no ideas. So Woodworkers Guild of America can give you all the ideas and all the plans and all the help you need to actually make your ideas come to life. And remember, the first 1,000 people get the whole year for $1.49, which is mental, isn't it? Full year's membership for like, what's that? It's only just over £1, really, in UK money. $1.49 is pretty good. So there's only 1,000 of those. Click the link at the top of the description to benefit from that. So that is one of the items in the number 2 spot, but it's not the only item. The second item is the Milwaukee US-made screwdrivers. Now these are pretty new to the market and they're pretty rare. I went to a couple of Home Depot stores. Most of them didn't have them. But on the last day, I went in a store and they had one set. And this is that set. I've only opened them a little bit to see this one, and they're just a really quality screwdriver. They've got like a 3-piece molding on the screwdriver handle, which is a bit unique. Most of them are a 2-piece mold. This has got like this clear material, which is quite nice. You see them in premium screwdrivers, old and new. And on the screwdriver shaft itself, it's kind of like a hex head here to get more torque. If you didn't know, you can put a spanner on that, get more torque on the screw. You've got some knurling on the screwdriver shaft. You've got some laser etching. They've just put a lot of extra work and detail into this. And even on the tip of the screwdriver, you've got some knurling there, so it grips the screw really tightly. It says precise fit, anti-slip tip, long lasting, lifetime guarantee, made in the US. Pretty cool set of screwdrivers. I knew that I wanted to pick some up while I was over in the States, and I can add them to one of my toolkits. So that is number 2. Pretty cool pickup, I think. Let me show you my number 1 pick. So, in the number 1 spot, what have we got? Well, it's a few items from a brand that impressed me. And you might be surprised to see Husky. If you're in the States, you'll know Husky is quite a cheap and cheerful brand from Home Depot. It's not like a premium brand like Milwaukee or Empire, but they had some things that I've not seen, some things that I wish we had in the UK, and I'm sure you'll agree. Quirky, which is the name of the game. We're looking for quirky stuff. Now I'm going to start with this thing. We love a good multi-tool, and a multi-tool that's offering something different is always a good thing. We've had foldable paint scraper on the channel that came from Germany. That went down really well. This one is called the 9-in-1 Plumber's Multi-Tool. Most common plumbing tools in one. Comfort grip, integrated flashlight for darks and spaces, lifetime warranty. Now this wasn't very expensive. The Husky stuff is quite modest in price. And I think you can agree, that is not a common multi-tool. Have you ever seen a multi-tool with like a pipe cutter like that? So this is for cutting like PVC pipe, but I'm pretty sure an electrician could use that like me. For conduit. Let's have a look how we get on with it. So first thought is it's a little bit sus, actually. Kind of doesn't fold together very nicely. Blimey neck. You know what? It looks fantastic in the packet. I've taken it out. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Let me just double check. Ah, you've got to lock it. Right. Okay, so don't try and fold it without putting the lock on, because it all goes Pete Tong. But if you put the locking mechanism in, it will, yeah, there you go. It should fold now. And then it's not too bad. That is a stout multi-tool. That's a really fat handle. So what have we got on here? We've got a saw, got a little Phillips screwdriver. We've got a saw on that side. None of this stuff's locking. We've got a little knife and a flathead screwdriver. Don't know how you can count this as 9. I suppose that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It says most common plumbing tools, but you know, I mean, the light's a bit weird, isn't it? That is the LED light there. Right, I tell you now, it's falling off. I mean, it looked great in the packet. It's getting a little bit sus now, but I've already chosen it as the number 1. I make my rankings before I open them all, which might be the wrong way of doing it, but it's the way I'm doing it. It's the way I'm sticking to. That is the torch there, tiny little torch. That is not much help under a sink cabinet, is it? That is hopeless, to be honest. And the rest of it's pretty hopeless. Oh, I'm a bit sad about that. I feel like it could have been a lot better. That could have been so much more. A decent quality multi-tool with a pipe cutter on it. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I thought pipe cutters like that was actually really clever. But that is not that great. That is a little bit sus. That is not great. But that wasn't it. That's like let down for number 1, isn't it? But we got a few other items. Hope is not lost. So the other thing we got was this folding sharpener. Again, it looks smart in the pack. I quite like the packaging. It's a Home Depot brand, but it looks premium and it's got this lifetime warranty. So it just feels like you're getting good value. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe it's all a marketing ploy. See, now that is another little example of it looks better in the packaging. I assume that was an aluminium body. It looks aluminium with like that knurling on it, but actually it's not. I've got it out of the package. It's very, very light. Handle's plastic. Not bad. Folds into a nice little small compact thing, and it's a diamond file at the end of the day. I just thought it was a handy little thing, really. It does say folding nylon handle, to be fair, but who reads that? It's a handy little thing for a compact toolkit. Putting some of these tools together, they all follow the same theme. They're in a similar area, and they all caught my eye. So we've got those two, and last but no means least, we're back to another one of these box cutters. Now again, we don't see stuff like this in the UK. We don't see knives that use razor blades or box cutter squared off blades. We see a lot of utility knives like this. Now let's have a look at this one. Oh, that feels a bit better. That feels like the best quality out of all 3 of these. It's a metal body, nice little mechanism to fold it down. And you can see it's called a pivoting carpet knife. And we saw one of those in Ace Hardware, to be fair. Carpet knife, it's like a bit more of an angle, so you can kind of cut into the gap when you fold the carpet down. It's got a nice feeling to it. I wonder if it'll take, I doubt it will, but you know, while we're here, will it take a utility blade? No, too fat. I can feel it's jamming. Because it's got a nice feeling, that. It's got a nice feeling in the hand. It's a nice weight to it. Nice little knife. So that is another Husky item. This one is probably the better quality out of the 3 of them. It's a nice quality item. But again, it's interesting to see these kind of squared box cutter knives that we just don't have in the UK. And I'm not sure what the advantage is of this square knife versus your typical Stanley blade. But interesting to see how common they are. And we've got another one in the collection now from Husky. But it doesn't end there, because you might notice this little box. What's this about? Another little Husky brand. It's just called the 7-inch storage pouch with protective flap. Unusually, it's solid. It's not like a soft pouch. It literally holds its shape. And I just thought that is pretty cool. I could actually put foam in that if I wanted to. Clip it on the belt. Thought that'd be handy for snacks while you're on the job. Don't know what else. If you're having nails, you have a nail pouch, don't you? Which is like a solid, rounded pouch. This thing feels like it could have a little small toolkit of all your bits and pieces, and they're just a little bit easier to get at because they're in like an open pouch, an open recess, which I thought was pretty cool. So pick that up. Red and black's my colours. From Husky, they had a whole range of Husky kind of belt accessories, and on top of that, they had a toolbox. Now, I'm always on the lookout for quirky toolboxes, different toolboxes, ones we've not got available, but the Husky one looked a little bit familiar. Let me show you. So it wasn't just the Husky tools and the belt accessories, they also had this, the Husky Connect toolbox system. Now, you don't often get like a budget toolbox that has drawers. Most of these budget toolbox options come in like a narrow, medium, and then rolling box. They're all pretty standard, and they're basically like 3 different depth buckets. So without a shadow foam organizer, you're just piling everything in. However, the Husky Connect has a drawer system, which I really liked, and I thought, you know, it's a nice cost-effective option for drawers. You can stack them, you could have literally like 3 or 4 of those, loads of drawers, and I thought that was fantastic. Why don't we have it in the UK? And then they also have this one too, which is part of the Connect system. It's a little cantilever, and literally it folds back like that. So you can have a foam insert in there, loads of tools and a tray with a top level with all your little bits and bobs in. Or you could probably have some foam in there too. I mean, I put foam wherever you can, to be fair. So I thought across those, that is a really cool toolbox system from Husky. Husky being Home Depot's brand, they've introduced a budget toolbox system with loads of different options, and I thought, why don't we have it in the UK? But then I remembered Magnus and Stacker. This is from B&Q. It's a pretty new box, and look, do you see any resemblance? It's the exact same box, slightly different label. You can see on this one, we've got plastic latches. This one's got full metal latches, but you can see the drawers are the exact same. Same moulding, just a different colour. And it's nice because this is also budget friendly. Magnuson is B&Q's own brand. Husky's Home Depot's own brand. Obviously they're totally different, but these are made in the same factory by Kita. So I thought it was a nice one to show you the fact that this thing is pretty cool. I thought it was only available in the US, and I thought it's a shame we don't have this nice cheap drawer option. Turns out we do, the Stacker, and we make shadow foam inserts for all of these. So you can go on the website, shadowfoam.com, click on the Magnuson brand, you'll find pictures of this, and you can get inserts for the rolling box, mid box, you get inserts for the drawers. Magnuson also have the cantilever box, and we've got inserts for all of it. So if you've got one of these and you want to get it organised, get over to shadowfoam.com, get yourself some inserts, and you can get them all decked out, which is what we're going to do right now. So I've got some inserts prepared for the Magnuson in orange, and that works because Home Depot's orange as well. Let's get a layout sorted with all these tools and cut some shadow foam. Right, so that's my layout. I've got a pretty good thing going on. You might notice a quirky old insert at the front. Well, these inserts are for this cantilever box I just showed you, and you'll see the top section has got like a rib all the way around. Well, these inserts slot straight in there, and I thought, we don't have many quirky inserts like that one. This is sold in a twin pack and literally comes like that, and then you can literally pull the inside piece out. It slots perfectly in there. Quite satisfying, to be fair. I quite like it. So I thought, why not organise these tools in one of the quirkiest inserts that we make? But let me show you how easy it is to cut shadow foam, and why not start with this little quirky shape here. So this is the middle piece. I'm going to put my Empire level in the middle. All you need to cut shadow foam is one of our cutting kits. Now these come free with most orders at shadowfoam.com, and they've got everything in there that you need to cut the shadow foam. So it's really simple. You just need to put your anti-cut glove on. Now these do come in pairs, but I always just wear one on my hand that I'm not holding the knife with, because that is the hand that's always in the danger zone. That's the one holding the item. Now you place the item where you want it to go, and you literally use the scalpel like a pencil, and you just cut around it. You don't have to cut very deep at this point. You're just capturing the silhouette on the foam, nice and easy. Once you've gone all the way around, you move the item out of the way, and then you go back and you cut the item, and then you make that cut deeper. So for this, I want that level sitting, you know, relatively flush. It can probably stand out the foam a little bit, but let's say that's like 20 mil deep, 19 mil. So we want to cut at least 15, 20 mil, just so it either sits flush or sits just below. I'm not too worried if it's flush or if it's just above, really. As long as we've cut deep enough to get a few layers out, so I've cut about 20 mil there, then you push your finger down one end and you literally just look, feeling for a seam, and then once you start pulling away at it, you can get a few more fingers in there and then just work your way peeling back the foam and just chase it along. And I kind of fold it out the way like that, and then keep going with your fingers, just working the foam. And there we go, we get to the other end. And we've not got a perfect peel there, but it's pretty good, you can see. And the level fits in there just like that. And that's my first item, done and dusted, nice and organised. I know where it is, it's safely protected, and now I'll do the surrounding bit. So, back to cutting. So there we go, that's all the foam cut. Pretty nice layout. That managed to fit everything in. And this is a pretty cool box, cantilever box, and it's certainly one of the quirkier inserts that we make, with this kind of like weird little center section. It's like a polo mint. Pretty happy with that. So that is all of my top Home Depot tools. I'm sure I missed some stuff. Maybe I've got to go back, do another Home Depot trip. Let me know in the comments if there's any particular cool Home Depot tools you think I've missed, because I'm forever backing to the States. So more about that in the future, but we've got a few more States trips planned, and I might go back to Home Depot because it's such a huge store. I know I've missed some stuff. Make sure you drop a comment because you can get one of the speed squares, the 2-meter tape, the pencil retractable thing, and the Home Depot pencils. That is a great little bundle, and all you've got to do is go and chat about tools. It's like the easiest giveaway on the whole of the internet. There's loads of conversations about tools. I read all the comments and I get involved too down there. So let me know, what tools would you like me to see? Which one was your top pick here? As long as you're subscribed, you're entered into the giveaway. Head over to Instagram too and follow us on there. That always helps. And last thing to mention is a few of you have been asking us about all the quirky tools that I find when I'm on my travels. Some of them are available online. Well, quite a lot of them are. And when they are available, I put links in the description, but some of them aren't. And one of those was Magnum Tools. You might remember this compact tape measure from our Europe's Biggest Tool Show, or possibly the ratcheting grips. These are called the Easy Grips, and they kind of like squeeze down onto any pipe without having to adjust them. So the quirky tools, they're from Finland, and I really like them. And we had loads of people reaching out to the company asking to buy them. And basically Magnum got in touch with me and said, we don't have a supplier in the UK. Do you want to be the supplier? So we set up a website, Top Notch Tools. The link's in the description. You can head over there. We've got some great bundle offers on there, and we've got a little offer for the first 100 customers. They're getting one of these Magnum knives and some of the Magnum gummy bears as well, which were pretty cool. So head over to topnotchtools.com, link in the description. Show some love to Woodworkers Guild of America. Thanks very much for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.